What up, it's your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. It is What the Fuck Wednesday. Ooh, this camera is just showing my belly and all that. How y'all doing, everybody out there? Before we start this shit off tonight, look, I'm all sloppy today, y'all. Forgive me. My chair is showing and shit. I'd like to give a shout out to the King family. Good buddy of mine, good man, police officer. He passed away a couple days ago. He was a real good friend of mine. So much love, Jack. Rest in paradise. We love you, man. And shout out to his family and everything. That being said, tonight's just probably a little fuck around show. You know, we got a couple topics. Greg is trying to get a little things tweaked out on his ones and twos. We had to get Dino up in here just because, you know, Dino's just fabulous. And give a shout out to Andrew Bryant and Situation Changers. Did a show with a comedy contest, one-way trip to Vegas over the weekend. A lot of great comedians, a lot of fun. If you want to check out some clips from the show or whatever, go to Andrew Bryant's Facebook page or Instagram or whatever. I believe it's Andrew Bryant or Situation Changer or some shit like that. I'm sure you'll find it. Anybody around this area, tomorrow night, down to see Staples, we're going to have an open mic comedy. Jordan Sanchez is hosting it down there. We all will go down there and support the kid. Youngin, he's trying to do his thing, staying out of trouble. So, you know, we always got to give love to them. All right, so with all the formalities, the fuck about the way. Oh, one more. Saturday, Eastside Civics, if you're around here. Comedy. I think it started at 8 o'clock. Check out Next Gen and John Huff. All right, now, we got into this. The marijuana's getting legalized here, supposedly, come December 1st, recreationally. And a lot of people are out here with some questions. A lot of people don't know what they can and can't do. Some people think that they got, they got privilege now with the gun things, and they don't. So that's the one thing that Greg and Jared and I were discussing, and we're going to hit that topic now. Without further ado, we get to our guest, Dino the Genetic Marvel.
Yo, what's up?
I just love that white Barry White voice. That's a Barry Black voice because you're white. Like, my darling, I can't get enough of your loving.
Hey, I revel.
And
That's all right.
on the twos and threes, we got Greg, and I think he got Jameson, Jameson, like the fucking drink with the pickleback.
Well, is that it? No.
Yeah, call him Pickleback.
Hey, how he's here learning. So.
Well, we got Greg and the Pickleback.
What up?
Oh, that should be a new show, dude. Thursday night, Greg and the Pickleback. It might be something there.
I mean, maybe. I'd watch that.
Maybe.
It should just be a review of pickles. It'd be funny. I just feel like there would be a thing.
Right.
or fat chicks with bumpy backs.
Oh, man. Listen. What the fuck?
Pickleback.
Know your audience. That's all right. That's fine.
Right. I guess that's what it is.
So, Dino, you guys are allowed like muskets out there or something in Canada? What's the gun laws over there?
So for the longest time, there is a gun range that is close by me that you can go without a license, and you can they put you through a safety course and stuff, and then you pay and you can shoot some guns that they have there. They're not good ones, but you get a selection. And like I did that during my bachelor party. It started in the afternoon, and that's what we did first. And it was very enjoyable because they have you shoot a shotgun, you shoot all sorts of stuff, right? And it's fun. But then recently they were like, you know what? We're gonna make you can't have handguns, which I'm like, that is stupid. And there are a lot of really strict laws when it comes to having a gun, even with regards to taking it with you places and stuff. It's a whole thing. You can't carry it around, that's for sure. but like you can have like a rifle, but nothing that's, I guess, semi-automatic or automatic. I'm not sure about the laws, but I know like if you're native, you can have whatever the fuck you want. You can do literally whatever you want, which I'm like, hey, that's a good score. But yeah, it's
So
weird.
so like, do you guys have like like America here, like concealed carry, non-concealed carry, open
No,
carry?
nope. You can have it like for hunting purposes and stuff, but like if you use that shit, like let's say somebody breaks into your house and you use it to defend yourself, you're not gonna have a good time. Like it's not meant or intended as something that you can use for self-defense purposes or something like that, and you
So you
definitely
guys
can't carry it
damn near
around.
got like New York laws.
Yeah, like that. You can't carry around a concealed weapon um anywhere in Canada. That's my understanding. But at the same time, like as soon as you leave, like Ontario is extreme because we're a bunch of pussies. But like once you go out to like Saskatchewan and Alberta, where it's like that's farm country, like people have guns and they have guns to shoot people, right? But at the same time, like they don't call the police. You just disappear. So it's one of those
You
things where
just
like,
gone. You just
bro, I've even told my wife, I'm like, if somebody breaks in, don't worry about it. Just start digging a hole. I'll take care of the rest. That's fine. I'm like, they're not. No one's gonna ever hear from them again. That's ridiculous, right? I'm not getting charged for assault with somebody breaking into my house. I'm like, no, you just disappear because I'm a wizard.
I'm magical and shit.
Well, listen, it's just one of
so
those things. Yeah.
so now one of the big debates now is and it was beforehand. That's why a lot of people didn't even go out for their medical card. Before in Ohio, they said that, and this was Ohio state law. That this is where everybody's getting mixed up. Ohio state law said that if you had a marijuana license or whatever, or not license, card, your
Yeah.
medical card, that you could not own or carry a concealed weapon. You could own it or whatever, but it's like you can't,
Yeah.
carry, even if you had your permit.
Right.
Yeah.
Now that was deemed unconstitutional by
Yeah.
our Ohio Supreme Court or whatever.
Hmm.
So that was taken off the books. So it was in pretty much everybody's eyes. Everybody thinks, all right, well, Ohio's open carry. We can have our guns, especially the people who have their concealed licenses. Like Greg got his fucking concealed. He should be legal no matter what. Now people think that it's okay, or that it's okay to have that gun and still get high, but like the people thought that it was going to be like alcohol. So of course you can't be drinking and have your gun. You can't bring your gun into a bar, and if you do, you can't be drinking. You can't. That's the way the rules are over here. But
Yeah.
no, it's not at all like that. What
See.
it's
Yeah.
well, go
No,
ahead.
I was gonna say like it just seems odd because you're like, I don't think guys who you're gonna go across. Go ahead. Hold on. Go ahead, honey. Like somebody who gets high off their tits isn't looking to shoot somebody, right? Like that's not like if you get drunk, you're gonna get rowdy. That makes sense to me, right? If you're indulging in various substances, they can make you rambunctious. I'm not gonna lie. But weed is like, does that make you want to fight? I'm pretty sure
Well,
it just makes you hungry. Let's calm
here's
down.
the thing. It's the same thing as alcohol. I've seen people go totally different routes after smoking a joint.
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, it all varies on the individual, really.
True, that's fair.
Right. Now the problem is though, is on a state level, um,
Yeah. See.
it's okay, to have your card or whatever, and they pretty much treat it like you would with alcohol. You ain't
Yeah.
supposed to have your gun while you're getting high. On a federal level, this is what people don't realize. Like federally, which trumps the state rules. Federally, weed is still a scheduled. They got it under narcotics, and
Well,
opiates and shit like that. So
yeah.
it's still a schedule. I think it's what is it? A Schedule 1 or Schedule 1
Yeah.
drug. Now, in it being a Schedule 1 drug, federally. Now, like I was telling Greg, I'm not sure if you get grandfathered in if you had your guns or whatever before all this bullshit started or whatever. But federally, when you go to buy a gun legally, there's a questionnaire. And on that question, it says, are you addicted to or do you take recreationally any list of drugs?
Hmm.
And if you say yes to any of that, then they don't sell you the gun. Now, if you say no and you get busted with that gun, you might as well buy the gun off the street. And
So
that's what
I
Hunter
think
Biden is actually getting it for, because he lied on his paperwork, stating that he didn't do drugs and he wasn't addicted to drugs. And when they found him with the gun that the fucking idiot tossed in the trash can by the school, boom, they traced it back to fucking Hunter. And you weren't supposed to have this gun. You lied.
Yeah, like, bro, that's the least of that guy's worries. If anything, he's gonna go down like Capone. It's like tax evasion. Fuck you. Like that's like it's just ridiculous at this point, right? But like that
But I
the
mean,
whole
that's what I
idea.
try to explain,
Yeah.
and like Greg and Jared seem to have a different view on it.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely going to be something that's going to have to be ironed out first, because I feel like it's
Well-
definitely factual. Like if something happens and you're caught with a gun, right, for whatever reason, and then they're like, "Oh, are you high?" You're going to have a shit show of a time, right? Let's just get a lawyer immediately. Just be like, "I need a lawyer." That's it, right? But at the same time, like, if you're not high, it's legal. You know what I mean? I can carry around weed just because I have my gun. Like I feel like that's a weird, like it's a catch-22, right? Like how are you gonna it's one's legal, the other one's legal, but I can't do it. It's kind of. Did you see Lord of War with Nicolas Cage?
No, but I heard of it.
There was a whole thing about transporting military weapons where it's like, oh, you can transfer this thing and this thing that go together on the same pallet as long as they have different orders of where they're going. So technically, nothing illegal. But like if they're together, that's against the law. Which you're like that's just stupid. That's just paperwork and doesn't make any sense, right? Like,
all right,
so you could have weed in the car and be like, I got the gun. That guy, it's his weed. It's legal. What are you gonna do, right? Eat shit.
But basically, it's like the same thing I told my cousin, because he's not against smoking or anything like that, but he just chooses not to. He doesn't care to. But
So he's a nerd. Go ahead.
Right. But basically, I was telling him, and like, because we were talking about, like, for example, getting hurt at work. All right, now that weed's legal, now what are these insurance companies going to do?
Yeah, that's another thing that
they'll fuck
they
you.
would
Yeah.
have it, and it's like I said to my cousin, and honestly, I can guarantee it's going to come down to you have to prove that they were high while all this shit, when you got hurt. Basically, and it's the same thing with like insurance, car insurance, all that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, they're the big legislation now that DeWine's trying to get through before the first is that the traffic stops. They're worried about being under the influence and how they're going to do testing and and all that shit.
I say they do them tests. I don't know if you ever seen that video or if it was TikTok or whatever, but they were doing like to see if you're high, and they were pulling up like Funyuns and fucking Skittles and shit like that. They should do that.
It's what? So like the idea, because there was a whole there are a bunch of companies that are trying to create a test, like a breathalyzer, for if you're under the influence of marijuana, right?
They got a spit test now.
Right,
that's
what I was saying. They got to come on. They have to get something that's going to be legit to hold up in court, because people are going to fight it left and right.
But the problem is you're not going to find that. And also too, like, there's a rule here so that because it's legal for recreational use for everybody, that a police officer can't have used it within 28 days of him being on duty. That's the rule, which I'm like, number one, that makes no sense. Because technically it takes 28 days for it to come out of your system, which I'm like,
Right.
okay.
So basically what they're saying is you need to be able to pass a drug test.
Right. Which you're like, see, and that's the thing is like, if it's legal, or you're not testing for tobacco use, so pick one, right? Like,
well, see, no, because that also falls back into like how alcohol is. It's legal, but how many people are gonna let you drink on the job?
As long as you're going to AA meetings, technically they can't stop you. That is,
well, no, they
not
can't
unions
stop
have that rule.
Smoking either, but what I'm saying is legally.
Yeah. Well, and even like responsibly, right? You shouldn't be drinking on the job. That's irresponsible, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things. And really, your insurance companies are, well, all insurance companies are notorious for not wanting to pay what they owe, right? So,
and it's going to be a big cop out for them guys for a while, guaranteed.
100%. And think about it. It's like there was that athlete who smoked a joint because her dad died, and they're like, "Oh, you can't. You're taking everything away," and you're like, "That's stupid. Nobody runs faster because they're high. You don't get superpowers because if you did,
I don't know who's that. The fish with the overbite.
If you ask them, they're fast as fuck, boy.
Lance Armstrong.
That wasn't weed.
Yeah,
that's doping.
Yeah, that was weed.
It was not weed. It was doping.
That was weed. Look it up.
What is it? Run it by me.
Lance Armstrong. What was he busted for?
Steroids.
Yeah, and doping.
Who was the one that was the swimmer that got busted for weed?
Oh, that was Michael Phelps.
Yeah, Phelps.
Yeah, Phelps. Yeah, okay.
My fault. That guy's a fucking dolphin. He's a dolphin in a man costume. Doesn't count. Yeah, Lance Armstrong was doing HGH and everything. He was getting clean pee and all. They had a system, right? So
didn't he have cancer or some shit like that?
He does have one testicle. It's probably big. Just one big heavy.
I'd want some dope too if I lost a nut. Come on,
bro. Bosses go to lunch and they come back to work after at least one of my Toronto jobs. Boss did. Oh, where they're shit faced? For sure. But at the same time, I remember one manager, not in a big company, but in a small company, goes, "Hey, if you want to go out for lunch and have some drinks, fine, as long as you don't drink vodka." And they're like, "Why?" They're like, "Because people won't smell it and they'll just think you're stupid." I'd rather somebody say, that guy's shit faced, instead of that he was
real. He was fucking real.
I can't disagree with the logic. He's like, I'd rather somebody say, "Hey, that guy's a fucking drunk." Be like, "Yeah, he had a good lunch," as opposed to, "That guy's an idiot." That's a fair compromise. But
and then you know what else? Fucking DeWine is trying to get through before the first. I mean, amongst everything, he's fucking up on the abortion bill too. But I really don't give a fuck about that. Fucking, they're trying to limit the amount of THC is allowed to be in any of the marijuana products.
Yeah, they do that up here, and nobody gives a shit. Like, bro,
nobody gives. That's like drinking fucking non-alcoholic. Well, no, I would say the CBD is like drinking non-alcoholic. But it's like, what is it? O'Doul's or some shit like that?
You only need 10 milligrams of THC to get high, technically. Now,
Dino, you've been here with me. You've been here with me.
Just to be clear, I gave my wife half a 10 milligram gummy, and she was off her tits. And she's like, she was out for like a day and a half, and she was like, "I never want to do that again." I'm like, "That's because you're a dork." No.
Did we not eat a whole tray full of fucking cookies?
I know I ate that tray of cookies. You had a couple.
Well, yeah, I got like 3 or 4 of them.
Okay. There were 12
fucking,
cookies.
There was a stack of fucking edibles at Joey Edibles, and fucking,
in my defense,
ate so many of them he threw up.
I did.
Like a fat kid who ate too much cake.
In my defense, he didn't offer me non-edibles for snacks, so I just kept eating. They were good cookies. They were tasted delicious. So.
Oh yeah, they were.
Joey makes they were great. They were great
choice, fucking
choice cookies, right?
I mean, the only thing I could have asked for more was milk.
Oh yeah.
Oh, fucking big old glass of fucking cold milk would have been beautiful.
bro. And
Definitely
you know
gotta
what?
have
Like,
some
but
milk.
old milk from the 80s when milk was still milk, and you were like, oh, it's good. It's just fucking, that's good milk.
You
You know?
can taste the cow tit right
You
there.
can taste the titty, exactly. You know, that's when you feel good. Now you're like, this is just skim milk pretending to be milk. It's water, you bastard.
Yak milk.
Oh,
It's
God.
all yak milk.
I always think when people are like, "Oh, I can't drink regular milk," and I just picture that Star Wars where Luke Skywalker is like drinking the blue milk from the teat of that fucking weird thing on that island, and I'm like, that's what they're probably gonna drink, those damn weirdos. I gotta drink it from
That's
some
what happens
guy.
to the milk when it's not pasteurized. When you take it straight out the titty.
There's bro, and you know what? I had to ruin Atlas one day. I told him, I learned that chocolate milk, the reason they have chocolate milk is because some milk, so remember, inside milk there will be things like pus and blood and stuff like that. Okay, that happens. Now, that being said, is if it's so tainted that if the color is wrong, they'll just make it chocolate milk. And that's what you're drinking. And you're like,
And
oh,
we just lost probably like a whole shit ton of chocolate milk drinkers.
Well,
I
listen.
am drinking mocha fucking monsters right now.
Bro, I'm just telling you, like, that's why I'm like, go back to Nesquik with your own spoon and be like, nah, I'm making my chocolate milk, bro. Not drinking your
Right.
fucking bloody milk.
The
No, but
fuck? Well, I mean,
Bro.
after it goes
Yeah.
through pasteurization and sterilization, all that
Yeah,
shit's
it's
supposed to
dead
be gone.
anyway. Yeah. See,
So,
that's
but
the
thank
biggest
you for putting pus titties in my fucking brain. You know, that's just.
I help people grow. That's what I do.
I agree, Megan, 100%.
Oh, so do I.
Mhm.
'Cause, bro, when there would be like $1 cartons of chocolate milk on sale, I'd buy like 7. My wife's like, don't do that. And I'm like, I'm gonna drink all 7 today. She's like, you're gonna feel like shit. And I'm like, I'm gonna feel great. Every time I felt like shit, I still grab 7 because I'm a dipshit.
Yeah, but you know, if you think about it, I mean, when I was younger, you know, my first kid's mom was fucking pretty, you know, trailer. She smoked like a fucking carton of smokes a day. She drank. She fucking was unhealthy. I sucked her titty when, you know, when she was pregnant. Titty milk is kind of my thing. So
Wait
I
a
mean,
minute, who?
I probably just drank a fucking gallon of cancer back then. So
Well, listen,
I mean,
that's yeah,
throw
that's probably,
some fucking Nestle Quick in the goddamn cup and let's roll.
bro. That's listen. There's a whole thing with that, and also like, bro, yeah, Nesquik was the best, especially when you got the little chocolate, bro.
With the rabbit, with the fucking
Yeah.
rabbit.
Mhm.
Remember when they came in the metal fucking tins?
Oh, bro.
Yeah, the old one
The
with
worst part was
brown
the
shit.
first person to
Yeah.
open up always got dusted, and they're just like, I'm just gonna use my spoon. I got chocolate in my face, and you're like, it's like a treat before you treat. It's good.
It
Good for
tastes
you.
so good, but it is my eye.
You get
My
maced,
eyes
like,
are watering, but it's so delicious. Yeah, that's
Right.
fun. Yeah, no, it's
dude,
good.
and they had like that automatic deterrent. Because once you put that cap back in a couple of times, it gets jammed up in that motherfucker and it gets kind of out of shape. And only your parents knew how to fucking get it the right fucking notch to get that bitch to fucking open back up.
By the way, I
One of
noticed
these.
this. You guys don't have apple juice in cans, like big, like you guys don't have that, do you?
What is
You
it?
gotta get Goya.
Like a can of apple juice, like it's like a
You
big,
gotta
like
get Goya.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
it depends where you go.
So because
Yeah, it's in the ethnic sections.
Allen's apple juice is what we have, and it is in a tin can that's like it's big as shit, right?
Mhm.
But like you would like just crack it open with a fucking can opener and just like look, like bro,
No,
that was
this is
hot,
America. We
clear
use
sugar
plastic.
water. It was good, bro.
Can't say it's embarrassing.
Honestly, even now, cans like pop cans are lined with plastic. You're like, it's not good for you. Like
Not
aluminum
here.
cans aren't aluminum cans. Yeah, they are.
Oh no! I don't know if it's aluminum, but they're not lined with shit. Cause I've cut many a can open and used like I've wrapped muffler fucking things with tin
I know.
cans.
Listen, I'm telling you, they have a lining of tin, and then they have thing. Before it used to be an aluminum can, and that's it, right? Because it's not going to rust. It's not going to anything. Now they have a lining of plastic. It's trust me. There's a lot of shit that you're like, man, we have gone down a rabbit hole, and we are getting poisoned left, right, and center. It's true.
Oh,
Don't drink chocolate milk, people. Make it yourself.
No doubt.
That's the problem with this shit. Is you're like, we're gonna make it legal, but not completely legal, and you're like, well, hold on. Is it good for you or is it not good for you? right? And listen,
Oh, dude,
I
all
don't
of a
know
sudden,
which
the
is worse.
talks around, especially Ohio, the fentanyl talks have been fucking quiet compared to all of a sudden the marijuana is fucking the little kids are going to be ingesting the marijuana, and the kids at the fucking hospitals have tripled already. And this, wait a minute,
Good.
ain't nothing fucking changed. Nothing changed yet. What the fuck you mean everything got fucking?
Bro, come on, let's be honest. If anything, it's better than the Ritalin and shit that they feed kids. Yeah, smoke them a joint. They'll be fine.
No, because the government fucking is
I'm gonna
doing
send my 5-year-old to
Weed's gonna
school.
shut down
Smoke
a
this.
lot of fucking shit.
You need to calm your shit down, kid. Smoke this joint. Don't be a
Let
puss.
me in the bitch in hell.
And then, yeah, be like Marco. Just fucking hold it for 3 seconds, you pussy. You know, it's fine. Like, don't be breathing that out quick, you son of a bitch. Don't waste my weed. Sure.
Well, that's just like Michigan was the first thing that like really opened my eyes up to it, because Michigan fucking they lobbied against Ohio becoming legal recreationally because they're gonna lose their revenue.
Fuck Michigan.
Bro, you want to hear something really whack? Okay, is Colorado is making $2 billion a year off their marijuana production. Okay, where Canada has lost billions. You're like, you know how shitty you have to be at business to lose money selling weed? You know how shitty you have to be at business? Like, you have to be an idiot, right? So I understand Michigan's point, but also go fuck Michigan.
Well, no,
Bunch of
it's
cunts.
also the
Just said
quality.
that.
You know, why drive fucking 5-6 hours to Canada to get the same fucking weed I could buy here at a third of the gas price?
Bro, when I lived closer to the border, I would be like, let's go to Buffalo, play in the casino, and then just fill up the gas tank and drive back
to the border. Are you gonna come over here like just on the? I'm gonna drive down to Marco's house because I want to pick up a joint, and then I'm gonna drive back.
Like, it'd be a
Does
fun
that
time.
make sense?
Be a waste
We could
of
order
fucking
pizza.
gas.
It'd be fun.
You
It'd
might
be a
as well
good
pick up
time. I'd do it.
something.
Right? But, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know and that's the
Fucking joint be
problem.
gone
You
before
know,
you got home.
if you have this huge industry that got hit because America's making it legal now, first of all, that's kind of, if you're you're already admitting that you're fucking bringing weed illegally into the fucking system and profiting from it. But I mean, you either got to get a better quality of weed, or you have to make the bags a lot bigger. Or I mean, fuck, you know, I've went for quality, but sometimes you got to go for quantity, and quantity's right down the street. You know what I'm saying?
Guy, there's still a lot of weed dealers in Toronto that you're like, it's just better. And even like there are certain stores that will sell, like I was taking the 200 milligram gummies for a while. Bro, those things will knock your ass out. They're fantastic. But like at the same time, other people are like, no, we only send 10 milligrams. That's all you need. And I'm like, that's all you need, bitch. That's not what I need.
Yeah, like I said, you know, look, you've partied what Greg already knows. Greg's like, what are you talking about 10 milligrams? What you mean? Is that like a Flintstone vitamin?
It is.
The fuck
I'll
is
be
10
honest,
milligrams gonna do? Like,
it's just enough
my
for you.
cigarettes are probably 10 milligrams.
Probably, yeah. That's the worst part is you're like, you could just smoke a bunch of joints and it'll be a million times worse. So what's the difference, right? Like it. That's why, like, the idea that the government is trying to regulate how much THC and stuff, you're like, get fucked. It's either legal or it's not legal, because you can't regulate how much I'm going to smoke. It's that simple, right?
Yeah, and then if you're limited fucking THC, now you got to add a chemical or do some kind of chemical process to the weed. And now, like, why can't people just have some natural fucking plant? I want something with somebody named Enrique picked off a goddamn plant in the back and threw it in the fucking bag and walk in and grab it legally off the shelf like a good old fucking American.
And what the fuck is that?
What?
Somebody turned a fucking vacuum cleaner on or something?
Bro.
We don't hear nothing over here. Hold on,
I'm probably you.
Yeah, there you go. That was weird.
Something happened, Greg. A wire must have bumped
probably
or something.
No, it's probably my furnace.
Probably your furnace. That would make sense. The
Look, even Lorianne was like, "What the fuck?"
bro, that was messed up.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it sounded like fucking a train was coming through or some shit.
Ralph says it's aliens. I believe Ralph, to be honest.
All right,
Well,
all right,
hey,
all right.
me too, buddy.
Wait. Stop. It's 9:30. All right. I don't know about aliens. Might be illegals.
Technically, still alien.
There, yeah, that, yeah, that, yeah.
Yeah. Listen,
I tell a joke on stage, man. Says, you know, the world's so fucked up right now. We got aliens who are coming across. You know, people admitting that there's aliens and they're here, and we ain't doing shit about it. Fucking
That's
Mexicans.
crazy because I didn't hear nothing.
it's true, bro. Listen,
He's on the illegal aliens there.
there are definitely. Listen, that
There's
is
illegals everywhere, man.
bro.
Look, I did a show out in Cleveland the other night, man, and it was at a taqueria, and look,
That was
wasn't
just
a green
getting worse,
card in
Greg.
the house. It wasn't a green card in the house. They had chairs on the stage like they had a quinceañera the night before. It was, but fucking tacos were phenomenal. I will admit, tacos were phenomenal.
Listen,
And just like authentic Mexican, you went in the bathroom, in one urinal, the water was black. Like, it was just black. And in the
I'm
other
sorry, but-
urinal, there was turd chunks in the fucking shit.
I'm sorry, but most of the disgusting places have the greatest fucking food.
Fuck yeah! Dude, I ate 9 tacos.
listen.
And then he was pooping in the urinal.
Dude, no,
That's
but
because
the
of
next
the
morning,
tacos.
my ass exploded. It was like a fucking stone hit the water.
See, somebody didn't make it till morning. That's why there was poo in the
Well,
fucking urinal.
Stalls all taken. You gotta just make do with.
Yeah, you don't poo in the fucking urinal, man. And then can you imagine how high you had to have your ass to fucking shoot shit into the urinal? Because the urinal.
If you're sitting in the urinal, most likely they just sitting that and cupping the balls and everything with the little deal on the urinal.
But
just chilling.
Dude, this thing was pretty
You don't
fucking
like
high.
shit on your balls, right? Like, let's be honest. There's not a lot of
your
back
legs
room.
would be swinging and dangling like you were a little
Right.
kid in a fucking big kid chair.
Bro, how high were they? I feel like Marco's been peeing at the kids' urinal this whole time. He's like, what are all these giants with fucking urinals? It's 10 feet off the ground or some shit.
Liquid poo.
Dude, I fucking can't stand the urinals when they're that goddamn high because the splash factor comes into play.
Bro, I made that joke on stage. I was talking about like habits and, you know, some skills are forever. And I was just like, listen, I'm trying to learn how to use a urinal again because my dick's huge. And I'm like, it's horrible. Whoever invented that shit is an asshole because either I piss on my pants or I piss on my shoes. And I'm like, I'm just going to sit down. I'm going to take a little break, have a little rest, do my business, and move on. I don't want to stand up and do it.
You always risk a number 2 when that happens, though, man.
It's not a risk. I will welcome
Let it
bro.
fly.
Yeah. If anything,
you're
you're
there.
welcome that I didn't shit my pants. So that's fine. Okay.
Dude, there was no taking a shit at that fucking place. I didn't even open up the stall. I know what the urinals look like. I wouldn't get any fucking mixed drinks. No drinks with ice in it. No, I got Mick Ultra. I got Mick Ultra.
Yeah, no. That's when you're like, I'll have it with a bottle. I'll open it myself. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Yeah,
Came in the fucking can. Them big tall cans.
Or you want one of those cans where it's got the aluminum on top. You're like, yeah, I don't want anybody else touching that top. I'll open it myself. Thank you. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know where your dirty ass poo fingers have been.
Now go get my tacos.
Yeah, well, listen, heat kills everything. It's fine. That's okay. That's
Oh, they came out nice and warm.
yeah, well, that kills all the bacteria. You're good. That's just good planning. Oh man. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. That's just weird. Like, you guys have, like, in all honesty, you guys have the access to guns, which I wish we had. at the same time, you're like, there are already a lot of stupid people that have guns that I'm like, you shouldn't have a gun. You shouldn't have a driver's license. Forget about a gun, right? So, I don't know. You add booze, you add weed to the mix. Nothing's gonna go right, but maybe they'll shoot themselves. That's 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm just,
There's been like 3 kids that just shot themselves the past few days accidentally with guns.
No, it's not accidental. That's God's will. You're out. They're probably allergic to peanut butter too, little shits. Fuck 'em.
Oh,
they've been living on borrowed time. That's not on me. That's on them. That's on Jesus.
Holy
Jesus wanted them. Blame Jesus.
Yeah, if anything, Jesus is like, yo, your time's up. Here's the gun. Yeah, well. Oops.
Wow.
Look at that pretty shiny thing over there.
Check if it's blocked. Just look in there.
Wow. We're going to hell. Going to hell.
Bro, if you couldn't beat a PB&J sandwich in kindergarten, maybe life's not for you. Sorry. That's not on me. Blame your parents.
Holy shit.
Louis C.K. got a bit about peanut allergies. He's like, maybe if we just let everybody with a peanut allergy die, there won't be no more peanut allergy.
I'm just saying. Listen, it's the same thing. There are a lot of ugly people. Ugly people deserve to have sex. They do not deserve to procreate, because the chances that 2 uglies are going to make a beautiful, slim to none. Okay, it happens, but that's not guaranteed. Usually you make a super ugly with like this look, and they're like, my parents said I'm beautiful. You're like, nah, you're not. You're not.
Oh no, I haven't seen a lot of pretty chicks come from some beast of a fucking set of parents.
Your standards aren't as high as mine, sir. Let's just start there, okay? Let's just. Ralph's got a good point. Got to thin the herd somehow. If anything, listen, we've been running on fucking antibiotics for 100 years, and look where it's brought us. If anything, that's it. Drug companies, they're done. That's it. They're doing harm, okay? Got to thin out the weak.
You ever think about how much of our DNA is fungus?
A lot.
Because that's what antibiotic
Some
is.
of us, all of it.
I don't know. I've been eating a lot of mushrooms, so there's a good chance I'm a 50-50 at this point. Okay, it's been a good time. I've been enjoying.
You gotta watch that shit, man. If any of them spores happen to pass through your system, you know that shit grows and shit, right? You
Bro, if I could cultivate my own psychedelic mushrooms, I'd have this thing on lock. Okay, I'd lock down a room, and be like, honey, you're not allowed in there.
We're gonna see real. Canadian fucking news.
Jesus.
Man caught shitting in the backyard. Just rows of Dino shit.
Bro, don't test me with a good time, okay? I will definitely do that shit, okay? I have a greenhouse. I will fucking fill it with my fucking psychedelic turds. It's fine. I'm happy.
Just think of the logic of it, though. If a spore would pass, I mean, other things, parasites pass through your body. I mean, we become, like you said, so immune to antibiotics. Fungus is part of our DNA. So, I mean, if a spore would get through, what would stop it from sprouting in your poo?
Listen, just saying.
Did we lose Greg?
Greg is on the run. I don't know. Maybe he had to shit. He's looking for a urinal. It's fine.
Maybe he's going to pick his last poo out of the toilet. Did I flush? Did I flush?
Maybe there are mushrooms in there. No, that's like realistically, that's. Bro, actually, hilariously that you bring up parasites was Cole was telling me that he took like an anti-parasite cleanse, and he's like, "Guy, I'm taking shits I should have taken 2014. Like, I'm cleaned out." And I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, you can just buy it on Amazon and just fucking take it for 30 days, and apparently it just cleans you out."
Dude,
Greg's shit straight froze. Just don't stop shitting outside, Greg. Damn.
He was like, "But you could grow mushrooms."
Well, listen, you gotta have the heaters.
I don't know what the hell happened to my laptop. It fucking shit to bed, so I had to grab my backup, my DJ laptop. So everything, it's like fucking maybe 2/3 of the screen in the other one, and like everything's all small and fucking. If I try to make the screen bigger, it don't fucking help.
Bro, so when I come down there, I bring my wife's laptop because she doesn't use it anymore. And I'm like, because she got it because she's small, right?
It's on my wife's laptop.
Yeah, because I have a desktop. I got a fucking office. I'm not gonna bother with
That's
that
how
shit.
she tracks you. All right, what's he
Oh,
jacking off to? Okay, those are pictures of me. He's opening my files. Cool.
so ultimately, like, bro, I will open that thing, and I'm just like, the screen is so small. I'm like, I just don't. I'm like, my sausage fingers are hitting like 4 keys at a time. It's a mess. What are you gonna do? That's just how it is.
Get a fucking a Bluetooth keyboard.
Nah, I just fucking. I need
No,
to suffer in
they're
life.
cheap. I got one fucking laying around here somewhere. Chuck.
If I don't suffer, I'm just gonna. I feel too comfortable. I need to suffer. That's just
Oh
how that thing.
Jesus! You need a flail too, or you're gonna start
Listen, I'm
doing a
just
little
saying.
smacking yourself.
There's a little bit of logic to that. That's why I made sure my wife beats me all the time. It's perfect. Just punch me in the face every so often. Like, wake up, hammer to the face.
Jesus. So here, but I got a question for you. This is
Hit.
more of a Rob Coleman question, but what's the how you gotten into comic books and Marvel and shit? Haven't
I
you?
do. Yes, I
All
love
right.
comics.
It's the old school, like X-Men.
Yeah, good
Okay.
times.
So I was thinking about this morning, and
Mm.
if anybody out there is a Marvel fanatic, comic book head, y'all could chime in. So Magneto in X-Men '97 cartoons, I've been trying to go through them
Yeah,
because they're supposed to add new episodes and shit to it.
really.
Yeah, you didn't know about that? Yeah, it's supposed to, because that's part of the bleed into the multiverse,
It's gonna be like
whatever.
9 years before that shit comes up here, bro.
Dude, they're ditching Kang. They're ditching Jonathan Majors.
I
They're
don't know,
switching
bro.
it.
I just
Yeah,
so I just finished Loki, and it was wild, bro. And he's
yeah.
fucking talented. I don't know.
Dude, I love Jonathan Majors, but they're
He's
ditching
great.
him. They're changing it over from the Kang Dynasty to the Doom something or other.
Yeah, well, listen, Doom is a great character.
Yeah, but they can
So
finish the fucking storyline. I mean, they already fucked Kane's storyline as it is. It was finally starting to go somewhat comic bookish,
true.
and now it's
Yeah.
they're Kang's gonna be or Victor Timely's gonna be gone, just like fucking the Kang from the adjacent 616. Did you see the Marvel movie?
No, I haven't seen it. We were thinking we were gonna go tonight, and then we decided not to. We just stayed in instead. But you said it
Yeah,
was pretty good, though, eh?
I bootlegged it. It was pretty decent. The end credits though for that. Spoiler alert, anybody. Well, wait a minute. Do you want to know what the end credit is?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm still gonna watch
all
it.
right. So they talk about fucking the Miss Marvel,
Yeah,
the little girl.
yeah.
She
The indie one.
goes in. She starts like an Avengers. She's starting to get like an Avengers team, and she's gonna gather up Cassie Lang, and she's gonna gather up.
West Coast Avengers.
They showed. Well, no, it's supposed to be the Young Avengers. And
That's what I
who
think
was
about
the
that.
chick who played in the Hawkeye movie? The girl.
Scarlett Johansson. Oh,
No, the Hawkeye movie, the series.
Yeah. Yeah. She was in Bumblebee. Anyways, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Well, yeah, and then there was another one where they were talking about the adjacent 616, whatever.
Yeah.
And that was the Ant-Man Kang.
Yeah.
So Loki is according to, from what I gathered from Loki, they recreated the TVA, but they're keeping an eye out for the different Kangs or whatever.
Yeah. So
and
they're
that they could
eliminating
actually leave it on the end, because also like the way Loki ended was kind of like the King of Story, or the God of Stories or some shit like that.
He became the core of Idrisil, which you're like, that's a wild, it's a wild way of
Glorious
turning it.
purpose.
Yeah, it's fine. Makes sense. I'm with it.
All right. So my whole thing though, I got sidetracked. So Magneto is like the baddest motherfucker. Like they haven't brought up Apocalypse yet in the cartoons yet.
Yeah.
So Magneto is the baddest motherfucker in the X-Men as of now. And in the movies, they make him pretty much the baddest person. There can't nothing stop Magneto.
Ish.
But then I was thinking about it. Storm. makes
Yeah.
storms, correct?
Correct.
You know, she
Weather, technically. Yeah.
and lightning, right?
That's
Lightning,
correct.
lightning charges the ionosphere, which
Yep.
is either negative or positive
Correct.
according to the whatever it's about to hit.
Yes.
So Magneto's magnets. That's magnets. All she has to do is put a different ion, like a different charge to the ions, and Magneto's fucked. And now, if that principle, if that theory would go, then that means anybody with electrical fucking powers could take fucking Magneto out. Fucking even the Flash could do it, just by
So
vibrating, and changing the ions. So Magneto's like a
technically,
pussy.
uh, well, that's the thing. The whole idea behind mutants is with their whatever strength they have, they also carry that vulnerability, right? So, like Wolverine has a healing factor. He can never be circumcised. It will just grow back. That's his, that's how that works.
And
So
he was circumcised beforehand, but
he
he was
wasn't.
always a mutant. Yeah,
He wasn't.
So yeah, he's
Just
got a
how it is.
sea urchin.
He is an anteater. We rule. No. So the point is, no, but like, so ultimately,
And how would he clean his dick cheese? Oh my
dick
god,
cheese
that
will
would.
just come off. It's fine.
I mean, you would have to like scrape it with the fucking claw, like.
He still has fingers, bro. Why you gotta be like that? No, so the whole idea is that the difference is that Magneto he isn't just super, super powerful, but he's also been training longer than so many. So when he came around, right, there weren't many mutants. So the people who have lasted are not just are they very powerful, they are very skilled. So Storm is also an Omega level mutant, right? So she can do that, but that takes years and years and years of expertise, but also full on warfare where you are having to grow your abilities, right? So it's the same idea where like the
like
Marines
Electro.
weren't always the Marines, right? Like
Well,
they always
take
have
a
to get
person
better.
like Electro.
Yeah.
Electro could take out Magneto, and Electro, like was no big. The Shocker could take out Magneto.
No,
I don't know if the Shocker can make enough. No, I take that back. I
yeah,
don't
the
think the Shocker
Shocker
can do it.
is more. He's got his gloves, right? He's not power. Electro,
Right.
So Electro, the new variation of Electro is that he can actually move with electricity, right? Like he is electricity instead of just shooting electricity as it originally was. Greg is asking, "Are you able to end the show? Because I can't get my computer back up."
Yeah, it says end stream in my corner thing, so.
Okay. So the whole idea is that technically magnets do have the ability to keep electricity out. And let's be honest, is Magneto would be the type of guy who would get hit with that. And as soon as he did, he would train to make sure that he's no longer vulnerable, right? It's the same idea with the helmet. He knew he was vulnerable for mental attacks. So boom, made the helmet. Fuck you, Professor X. Simple, right? Like, so remember, he wasn't always a bad guy too, right? He was a good guy.
Well, no. See, like according to the cartoons,
yeah.
I don't remember the comic books being this way, but that was way when I was a kid. I don't remember too much of them. I was Wolverine mostly, but anyways, according to the cartoon, the dude ain't even Eric Lencher. His name is Magnus something or other.
Yeah.
And they met on some survival camp or whatever. They weren't all like buddy or whatever. Then they got cool for a quick minute when they had to go rescue somebody because they showed each other their powers.
Yeah.
And there was not very much love between them.
Remember, there was a time in the comic books too where Magneto actually led the X-Men while Professor X was missing in action. So like that's the problem is that I've said this before and I will say it again, is that if I ever meet Bryan Singer, I would like to punch him in the face just for what he did to the movies for X-Men. Same with Michael Bay. He ruined the Transformers movie.
Oh my god.
Just because, and you know what? I would definitely punch him in the face as well. So that being said, you're like, they've really bastardized the entire story because look, with the Infinity Gauntlet and Endgame, they took different aspects of a story and made a new story. I'm okay with that. But the problem is that Bryan Singer took a bunch of stories, just put them all together and goes, there you go. You're like, you didn't do anything new. You just made shit not make sense, you twat. So that's the thing is, the
Dude,
movies
so
make
many
no
of them
sense
stories.
whatsoever.
I think the biggest disappointment and where I really fell off with, following Marvel as much as I used to was Thor, Love and Thunder.
That was
They
ridiculous.
had such an opportunity
Yeah,
to do that the story of Gore the God Butcher. I mean,
yeah.
for the money they put in to that piece of shit that they put on the screen,
Listen, just
and
to
they had
afford Christian
Christian
Bale.
Bale could have been the fuck. And why did they have to ruin the storyline? I mean, they're doing shit with Spider-Man and the symbiotes anyways. That god that was on the ground that the Necro Sword came from was Null. Null was fighting the fucking Golden God. He killed them
There's
both. He got the fucking knife. I mean, even Doctor Strange had fucking Null's symbol on him when they fucking killed him in whatever that multiverse fucking movie was. You ever notice that?
yeah. See, and this is the problem is that you have in the first series up until Endgame, you had one guy in charge of all the stories, and he's like, okay, this is this part, and it all came together. And now you have people who are like, well, we got to hire this person, this person. And you're like, now you have a disconnect. People are like, I want to leave my mark on the Marvel universe. You're like, that's not how the Marvel universe works. You're a twat. Go fuck yourself, right?
I don't
So
get why, if you agree to make a Marvel movie,
yeah,
say, you want
oh
to, you
my,
got an idea for a fucking Marvel movie,
yep,
and you want to take one of the stories, then fucking make that story. If
yeah.
not, then fucking go make your own movie. Why are you ruining these characters?
Listen, that's the same
That's the same way
with
with when they do the gender swaps or the race swaps or whatever. These people got their own stories. Why
look,
can't we hear those?
look, it's the same thing with Snow White. You're like, well, we updated it. You're like, no, what you did was you used the same title for a different story just so you can keep the trademark. That is bullshit. Okay,
And then
because
somebody
what you're
else
talking
at the
about
same
is not
time,
the same thing, right?
somebody
Yeah.
else at the same time is coming out with the Snow White. It's supposed to come out like they're doing it on purpose, like
Yeah.
to spite Disney, and
Good.
that whoever the Ziggler chick is,
She's
but
gross.
their advertisement is the real Snow White, and they show a guy and a girl, dancing, and Snow White in the casket and the midgets,
Bro, the idea that they're like, oh, we're going to be diverse and they're not going to be dwarves anymore. And you're like, why? That's the story. It's a good story. Bro, the Snow White story is a great story. And the cartoon was fantastic. And you're like, it needs to be updated. Why? Why not
Why don't
just
you just make a whole
write
new
your own?
story? Just make
Hey,
a whole
and you
new
know what?
story.
If you can write a good story, people will watch it. Right now,
Yeah.
you're trying to deceive people and pull the switcheroo.
And then if they don't follow it, then there's some kind of obic or
You're a
some
bigot.
kind
You're
of.
like, no,
Yeah.
you've betrayed your core material. It's the same reason why Bryan Singer and Michael Bay, you're on notice. I will punch you right in the face with my giant Herculean fist. Because it's like, no, if you didn't respect your source material, you're just an asshole. That doesn't make me a bigot because I'm happy to watch. Bro, I've watched weird shit all the time, and I'm like, all right, cool. One of the first movies me and my wife saw was In Bruges. That shit's a weird movie. It was good. Okay.
In Bruges?
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's weird, but it is good. And I'm like, well, we still enjoyed it. It is a weird movie.
Dude,
but
Tokyo Gore Police. Have you watched that yet?
I think so. Maybe a long time ago. Sounds like something
Tokyo
I would watch.
Gore Police, Wicked City, and Night of Something Strange. Dude,
Those
are three.
all feel like things that I would watch. So
Night of Something Strange is like a horror movie.
I like that.
The other ones are like they're like anime adaptations, and
Nice.
they're fucking fabulously gory, dude, and just twisted.
I just watched what was it called?
Ricky.
It's with Miyamoto Musashi, but he's an old man.
Yeah, because
And
I know who the fuck that is.
Yeah,
that
well,
sounds
everybody
like
knows who
something
that
that
is.
I just ate at the Chinese food place.
He was the best samurai duelist, sir. Okay, no, but there's an anime that just came out on Netflix with him, and it was wild. But it's all based off of I think a manga. And now there's the Blue-Eyed Samurai. I want to watch that. But you're like, yeah, that's the thing is you're like, bro, if you can redo something and bring it, into now, great. But
Dude,
respect
I want
your
to see
source
Afro
material.
Ninja.
Just
You ever see that? I watched that
probably.
cartoon and fucking then I bought the video. Well, I bought the video game first, and I liked the video game so much I like bought the whole seasons of it. Afro Ninja was the shit, dude.
Actually, you know what I have on DVD somewhere is Lone Wolf and Cub. I also have the mangas for those. Bro, that is a story. I'll tell you.
And look, I just now that I'm thinking about it, my mind started working again. Brain fart.
That will happen.
The Loki thing was the one with the they were talking about the 616.
Yes.
Did you see that at the end of that?
Yeah.
The end of the Marvels was when the black chick ended up at Professor X's fucking estate. She ended up going through time, space, whatever the fuck,
Sure.
and
That makes sense.
ended up in the X mansion. And the chick who played her mom in our dimension
Yeah.
is no longer her mom. She's fucking Captain Marvel or whoever the fuck in that
Well,
dimension.
you got to remember too is that Rogue, the way she got her powers was she stole them from Miss Marvel.
Right. I don't think they're gonna do that.
I think they should. That way they can get rid of.
Drain her and fucking kill fucking Miss Marvel.
That's exactly what she did. She held on too long, so she took her powers, but she took her psyche. So it's messed up. And I'm like, that's a perfect way to get rid of Alison Brie.
Fucking do it. Oh my god, because just not a fan of Brie Larson. I'm not gonna badmouth her.
She's always sour grapes, bro. She's just looking. You're like, why are you all sour grapes?
Fucking sour prunes, man.
Bro, you're like, listen, eat some tacos, you'll be fine. Just but you got to change your face. That's not how life works. Sorry.
Dude, the worst thing that got me about Brie Larson is like my son showed me a meme, and it was of two asses. And they both look like they were in the same outfits. You open it up, you zoom in on it. And one's Spider-Man, and one's Brie Larson. And guess who had the better ass?
Spider-Man.
I wanted to choke my son. I was like,
listen.
Why? Why'd you put that in my head? Why?
Now you're gay. That's fine. It's just you look at Spider-Man's ass.
Made your father gay. You happy with yourself? You happy?
That's that's how that's
Now you're gonna have to explain this to grandma.
Yeah. No, it's your fault. It's your fault. That's it. Definitely. You gotta blame him.
See if you get your fucking rice and beans this Christmas, motherfucker.
Getting lumps of coal and a donkey. Fuck you. For showing everybody that ass. Oh, it's fine. It's reasonable.
Well, that being said, Dino, thank you for joining us tonight.
Always a pleasure.
I guess Greg still hasn't got the bugs worked out on his shit. Thank you, everybody who was listening in. Catch us next Wednesday. Dino,
if anyone's in Toronto, I am going to be in Ajax at Harwood Blues on Sunday, and I have a bunch of stuff that I'm trying to cut into clips, but I'll just be honest, I've been lazy about it and just haven't done it. But I do have some good new stuff, so I got it on video with laughs behind it and stuff like that. So soon enough, things are going to be coming back. I'm slowly getting my health back, and I'm not really doing anything for work, so hey, might as well start working out and look gorgeous for the springtime.
And I'm going to just interject this. For all the people who freaked out a couple of years ago. Dino was a big man. Big man. Over here would be considered health risk. And he got COVID. Unvaccinated.
Yeah.
He's alive! He's alive! Look at him! Look at him!
Yeah, I still got a wiener, and it still works. Yeah, it's been great. So,
yeah. Just wanted to point that out. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good night. Thank you, Dino.
Later. Why are people thinking I'm going to die? It's crazy.